into My GetReal account, which is a separate component, but an important piece of calculators is in that. So I'm gonna jump into that real quick. So now we're gonna cover My GetReal account in detail and what's here in the platform. So we have, of course, you've got API credits here, right? So polling county record data, skip tracing, etc. It's really easy to refresh those credits. So the first thing you've got is that this dashboard will show you who's using them and where and on what and why. So that's available to you. I can purchase credits or refresh them. I can add a low balance alert or auto refresh them if I need to. I can see the API requests if I just want to verify that data coming in. And then also if I want to add additional users, and this one you'll note this is actually on a different price schedule, so don't mind that. We do have different price schedules. This is a scratch org, so, and it depends if it's modular or non. But I can add users from here, right? I can add additional user. I can also have additional services if you need additional support on Sales Cloud or Experience Cloud, like, hey, our team we don't need a full-time staff, we don't need custom development, but we need help with some reports and dashboards. We need just kind of an admin that can help with users, profiles, permission sets. That's available to you, right? So those are here. Same for Marketing Cloud. And then integration support, like, hey, we need to help handling our integrations, making sure they're always working and in sync, using Zapier or whatever it make, or other APIs. If I need to add credits, I can add a monthly subscription, or I can add one-time bulk purchase of those. If I need to update my payment methods and history, I can jump into this guy. It's going to take you to your portal. It'll let you see open invoices. It'll let you see payment history. It'll let you change your payment methods, all useful from there. And then setup. So this is some of the custom configuration available to you. In addition to Salesforce's backend configuration, which has a lot. You don't have to worry too much about this. This is just us making sure we've got the right public site that we can use to connect through APIs and other things. But features and settings, this is what I wanted to cover here. The first one, artificial intelligence, enable ChatGPT SMS assist. So do you want OpenAI to modify your SMS messages that are automated and let it run through, like, hey, what's our conversation history? What's the personality of this person? What's the context? If you want to allow that, it'll take the template that's there and modify it, and make it more personalized. The next one is just the utility. If you want to turn on or off the utility, this AI utility here. Lead and activity management. So we talked a little bit earlier about being able to automatically enable an unread communication as read, right? So this one, if you have outgoing communication, it will track that and automatically mark the previous messages as read. You can turn that on or off. We mentioned on leads, we automate the lead status change from prospect to new when someone responds to a campaign. So if they're a prospect, but they hit a landing page or they answer a cold call or a text message, if we see that campaign, right, it triggers that campaign, it'll automatically move that lead status from prospect to new, so that we make sure we keep them going down the pike. The next one is about the speed to lead. So those stoplights, we do have stoplights throughout the system, green, yellow, red. So the speed to lead is by default green up until 30 minutes, and then it goes yellow 30 to 60 minutes, and then red after that. You can move those. We're like, hey, 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes, that's it, and then it's going yellow and then red. You can change that if you wanted to 5. And then the next one is, how long of a delay do you want before you automatically kick on the nurturing sequences? So this is, if it's in contacted or working, and I see no future activity, and it looks like my agents have missed it, there's just nothing happening on it, or it's going cold. So from contacted, by default, we wait 5 days. We don't want to step on too many toes. We wait a little bit. From working, we give a little bit longer, because we assume, hey, if it's in working, then they're probably actively doing things with it. So we give 7 days by default. If you want to disable that altogether, if you do not want that lead status to change to nurturing, because we've had a few like, I don't know why it changed to nurturing. They didn't realize they were missing them, right? Like they were going cold, but that's okay. You can disable it. You can turn it off completely. Just leave it in working, and let your team make sure they're handling those. What we found though is when you've got 5,000, 10,000 leads, right? It's really hard to keep up with them all. Even trying to set your own tasks can be hard. And so letting Marketing Cloud, letting it kick into Nurture, and then Marketing Cloud automatically message them and create some tasks can help with that. The next, opportunity management. So this is when a lead is converted, we do create campaign information, right? Like the campaign influence that lead had to what helped it convert to an opportunity. And we have models for that, right? This is a couple, we'll cover that in a whole nother segment. But one of the things we do is we calculate our current cost per deal, right? How much is marketing costing us right now to convert this lead? And so we let you specify the time period that you would like to quantify that over, right? So I want my cost per deal to be over the last 90 days, last year, last quarter. And so that we'll grab all the campaign costing, expenses, and look at one, which campaigns are active on this lead that helped it convert, and two, what are overall all my campaigns, what's my current cost per deal. So I can track that information, and then if I need to use that in some future finances, right, to try and break down how much marketing I probably spent on that specific deal, then I can use that. Next one is we automatically notify opportunity team members when they're added to the team. That way your disposition agent, transaction coordinator, other team members know which opportunities they're on or assigned to. If you want to disable that, no problem, you can turn that off. Universal naming convention. So opportunities and property transactions, it's really important to keep it clean, keep the naming conventions clean, just the data overall, high quality. One of the things we do to help with that is we do automate the naming of the opportunity and the transaction, but we let you identify what you would like that name to be composed of. We give you just a few elements because it's typically some combination of those, but address, name, and then need, sell a home, sell commercial property, whatever, buy a home, is pretty common. You could drop one of those off. You're like, I don't need the need. I just want the address and the name, or maybe I just want the address. Or if you want to flip it around and say I want the name, then the address, you could do that too, right? So this will let you set your universal naming convention for opportunities and transactions. The next piece to that is that if you want to update everything in the system that's currently in there, it does need to be kind of a bulk action, but you can hit mass update all opportunity names and it will do transactions too. But that will wait till midnight or so tonight and update all of those records for you that exist in the platform so that they match that naming convention and everything moving forward. All right, so let's go ahead and drop this one. We also have street. If you don't want, the address consists of street, city, state. I don't believe we have zip in there. So if you're multi-state and that's important, you want the city. So address, name, and need. There we go. Mass update on, I don't need that one because it's already there. The next one, property transaction management. There's a bit more coming to this one. We'll cover that here shortly. But right now, this is if you're using a custom portal and you want your links to show that, custom portal URL, and you want your hyperlinks in your emails to use that custom URL, you can put that here. Most of the time, you don't have to worry about it. It'll send using kind of the base URL, and it'll still show that new URL. But if you're wanting to use that, that's there. So if you're wanting to set your own rehab levels, you can just select the items that you want to include in each of these. And by rehab levels, I mean the scope within each of those levels. So you can see the default cleaning, drywall repair, interior paint, carpet. So if you're wanting to set your own rehab levels, you can go into My GetReal account, setup, features and settings, come to the bottom, project management, and it will let you set those rehab levels. Cleaning, the rehab level 1, level 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you can see the summary of those down here at the bottom, which is helpful. So let's just say we want to add trash out, for example, to rehab level 1. You'll notice it drops out of the other lists. That's because we do it cumulatively. So we assume that level 2 includes level 1 and level 3 includes 1 and 2 and so on and so forth. And so we remove them from the others so you don't have duplicates in there just to try and keep it clean. So that's updating the rehab level scopes that you would like to have by default when your users select a rehab level. So we've set that rehab level here, and we have the scope items included. We've also now selected a calculator that has our inputs that we're interested in.